To Duck or Not to Duck is a 1943 Looney Tunes cartoon directed by Chuck Jones with a story by Ted Pierce, and of course we have Mel Blanc as Daffy Duck and Arthur Q. Bryan as Elmer Fudd. I actually don't really know how I feel about this because part of me liked it and there were certain things about it that I really liked, but part of me just wasn't that bothered by it. It's not a bad episode, there's nothing about it that kind of stuck out as being badly animated or badly, you know, that the dialogue was bad or anything, but it lacked the usual spark that Elmer Fudd and Daffy Duck usually have. It starts off with Elmer Fudd shooting Daffy Duck, and there's a beautiful. My favorite bit of animation is when he's trying to teach the dog, when Daffy Duck is trying to teach the dog how he is supposed to carry a dead duck. Of course, he's not actually dead or badly wounded, and after that point, it kind of went downhill for me, to be honest. The majority of the cartoon is actually about a boxing match, So the play on the words there, to duck or not to duck. Do you duck if somebody's swinging a punch at you? And all of the spectators are ducks, they're rooting for Daffy Duck. The referee is a duck, and then there's just Elmer Fudd and his dog supporting him. And needless to say, things don't go well for Elmer Fudd to start off with, but he puts up a good fight. It was interesting enough. There was nothing about it, as I said, that stood out as being bad. There was nothing that I thought was particularly boring or poorly written or poorly animated. It just wasn't that interesting. There were a few bits here and there, like I said, with the dog carrying Daffy, that I thought, actually, yes, that is quite good, and I genuinely really enjoyed that bit. But for the most part, I was just watching it, going through the motions of just observing it, asking myself how I felt, and realizing that I wasn't really feeling anything towards it. So it's not terrible, and I would recommend it if you're a fan of Daffy Duck or Elmer Fudd, or just Looney Tunes in general. But if you're looking for a cartoon that's going to excite you, from my personal perspective, I wouldn't say To Duck or Not to Duck is one to go with. Watch it if it's, if there are certain pull factors, but I wouldn't put it to the top of your to-watch list.